Today is a special edition of Inside the Fitting Room. I have my two guests here. Oh, the girlies are back together. We're in the UK. Alexa and I have actually been here for almost a week now, and we couldn't let this trip go by without taking another trip to Primark. If you remember when Alexa and I were here in the last video, oh, by the way, this is Alexa. This is Jasmine.
Hi. Hi.
Everybody already knows them, but in case you don't, the last time I was here, I went inside Primark. It was kind of a hot mess, but I also found some really cute stuff at the same time, and I felt like I couldn't let my time in the UK go by without going into a Primark. I know that we have one Primark, I'm pretty sure, in the US. I think it's like in Boston somewhere, but while we're here, we have to check it out. I feel like it's just like, all I think of is like 2013 YouTube Primark hauls.
That's still a thing in the UK.
Apparently. But yeah, we're gonna go inside and just see like what the sizing is like, what they have available, and just have a little fun today. So let's do it. Primark girlies, let's go.
So I've been into a few Primarks before. This is probably like my fourth or fifth one I've been in, and this one was huge. It was absolutely gigantic, and within seconds of me entering the store, this happened. Oh my gosh. Leave it to me. I was quite embarrassed, but I managed to like fix it and put it back up on the rack. So anyways, the mission with these videos is sort of always just scanning the store and seeing if I can find anything in my size. And what I had kind of forgotten from the last time I was there was that their store is color coded. So each size has its own color sticker on the hanger, so you can easily find your size by just like knowing what your color is and looking for that, which was very convenient. And I did notice that there were a lot of 2 extra smalls, but not a whole lot of 2 XLs. And then for the rest of the store, it was like so much American stuff, like American cities and Disney. That was like taking up half of the store. That was literally crazy. It was so funny to see all these like Ivy League schools and LA Lakers stuff and like NBA teams and like so much cute Disney stuff. Alexa and I were so in love. But yeah, it was so funny to be like browsing a store in England and seeing things that said like Seattle, Michigan. Like I just thought that was funny. So we browsed around the store a little bit, and again, my mission is always just to try and find anything in my size, but unfortunately, the majority of the stuff that I wanted wasn't available in my size, so I grabbed what I could, headed to the fitting rooms. I really loved how these fitting rooms have like magnetic little inserts on the curtains so that it shuts for complete privacy. Loved that. The first outfit I picked out was these cute trousers, and I was still trying to figure out my size. So these are a UK size 16, which if you didn't know is a US size 12, and they were too small. And then I also picked out this sweater to go with it that I guess I completely forgot to film a little close-up of, but here is what the outfit looks like. It's really cute. It's just the pants literally aren't my size. And since the last time I was in Primark, I did sort of have a difficult time finding my size. I wanted to get a variety of sizes, and honestly, as it goes, I was just grabbing anything that I thought would fit. These did not, and I thought, okay, well, I need to go up like at least 1 or 2 sizes in these, and you'll see how that turns out later. But I loved this jumper. It was such a pretty blue color, but I don't really have a whole lot of use for this. Like, I'm much more into the sort of like darker neutrals for fall and winter, but I picked this jumper out to go with these trousers. Oh my god, listen to me, I sound so British. Just because I thought that they matched and it was really cute, but it was a no for me. Next, we went on to this like really cute kind of scalloped cardigan. It was a size 2XL, so I did manage to find something in a 2XL. It was 14 pounds, and then I found this pair of jeans. I obviously couldn't go without trying on a pair of jeans. These were a size UK 18, and they were 18 pounds. So since the 16 was too small, I was like, all right, let's try one size up, and these jeans actually were great. They were more of like a loose fit, and I probably could have sized down in them, but honestly, maybe not. I don't know. It's a very weird like in-between feeling when I go to Primark, and I was reminded of that in this video. But yeah, the jeans were super high rise, as you can see. I loved that about them, and truthfully, like I really considered getting these. I'm much more into a sort of baggy jeans look these days. However, these jeans were just a little bit too short. I would have liked them to be a full length, and they were more of a crop, so that just like wasn't really my style. But I gotta hand it to Primark. They really do a really cute pair of jeans for a very affordable price. And then this sweater was pretty cute. It was nothing special. It was very simple. I really did like that sort of scalloping detail. That was kind of unique. I think I just preferred like the fit of it, but the sleeves were a little bit too long. It was probably a little bit more oversized. I do like an oversized moment, but I probably would have sized down to an XL in this. It was cute, but I was like, I don't think it's cute enough to come home with me, you know? I really liked this outfit, and I kind of pondered over it for a while, but ultimately I just decided to pass and move on to the next look. And I wanted to try and find a really cute pair of trousers while I was there. So I went up to a size 20 because they didn't have an 18 in like any any of the trousers I was looking at. These were 14 pounds, and I loved the sort of like seam down the front of them, and I loved the button, but unfortunately these were too big. They were just too big, and I was kind of gutted because they were so cute and there just wasn't my size available, and I wasn't able to order them online from what I could understand in the UK. And it's interesting because I would technically be a US size 16. I was very confused here, which would be a UK size 20 because they say that UK sizes are 2 sizes bigger than US sizes, but I was swimming in these. So really I'm more like a UK 18, which would be a US 14, which I guess isn't that far off because I'm anywhere from like a 14 to a 16 in the US, but I don't know. I just thought I would give you some sizing info just as a little bit of detail. I loved the pattern of these trousers, but yeah, it was a no. For the next look, I picked out this cute little tie front top that I just was not paying attention to because clearly the hanger says a size XL, but the tag says a size extra small, so I had to go back out there and get another one. They only had it in a size large, but it ended up working out. That was fine. And then to pair with it, I saw this really cute brown corduroy skirt, again in a size 20 because it was all I could find. There was like no size 18s, so that must be a very popular size in the UK, but I loved the zipper front with like the cute little snap button. I thought this was such a cute fall outfit with like some cute tall brown boots. I was in love. Obviously I would need to wear some sort of like bandeau situation underneath, like some coverage for sure. So I'll need to play around with that and see what works because that just wasn't the best look in my opinion, but I loved the look of it. I loved the material. I loved the cute little flared out sleeves. I love like a bell sleeve. I think that is so cute, very kind of like 60s, 70s. And I felt like the corduroy and the brown skirt went so well with it. It was also a pretty good length, but it was just too big. And I would have loved to take this home if it was one size down in a size 18, but it just wasn't. It was so sad. I was devastated about this. I was like, how can I make this work? I was genuinely staring at it in the mirror for so long. I was thinking, could I get it tailored? You know, all these different things. And I just ultimately decided to pass. I'm so sad. I still miss her. I did learn though that Primark has a US website, so I'm gonna try and search on there and then maybe see because that corduroy pattern is very, very cute. And this was like one of my favorite looks for the whole day. Next, we moved on to a kind of like neutral grandma sweater-esque vibe. I'm truly not trying to sound like a broken record, but I was just grabbing whatever was available. However, these jeans were actually one that I wanted, and I immediately pictured Christmas when I saw these, and I was like, okay, they're in the right size. They were in a little bit more of like a wide leg style, which I love right now, so I had to try them on, and I was really pleased with how they turned out. I wouldn't necessarily pair these two things together. I don't know quite how I will style the green jeans yet, but I did take these home with me. I'm up for the challenge. I thought the sweater was really cute. It was just a little bit itchy for me, and I know that it would probably be perfect for those winters in England where it's very cold. It's not cold where I live, and also I'm just extremely sensitive to like scratchy textures and fabrics, so the sweater was a no for me, although it was cute. And I loved the cute little slit on the inside of the jeans. I was just really, really loving how high-waisted they were, how they were the right length. They were a pretty good fit throughout. The only sort of issue that I ran into with the jeans was just the front like crotch. There was a little bit of extra sort of fabric gathering there, but I don't think it's like the end of the world. I think I can work with it. I think after washing them, it'll definitely shrink up a little bit, hopefully. And then onto the next outfit. I loved this top as soon as I saw it. I've actually been looking for a sort of like more exposed hem top, and it was a size extra large. It was only 7 pounds. And then to go with it, I just literally grabbed a pair of pants that was in my size. It's sort of like a cargo kind of khaki pant. They were a size 16, which I had a feeling was going to be too small. They went for 16 pounds. And as soon as I zipped them up, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to show like the try on. I'm sweating. No, we're done. Like, you get it. They're too small. So in its place, I tried on this really cute, sort of like almost, I don't even know how to describe it, like fleece material skirt. And it was a UK size 18. It was 9 pounds, which was a great price. And it fit great. It honestly felt exactly how I would want a little mini skirt to fit. I do think I would struggle a little bit if I wanted to wear bike shorts with it just because it's a little bit short, but I did love the way it looked, especially with this brown top. I would definitely say this was like my second favorite look of the day. And the material, like I said, was so interesting. I think it would be perfect for if you lived in a colder climate because that fleece material was really, really warm, and it was also lined. I'm pretty sure there was like some sort of stain on this shirt, but I have purchased it taken it home and washed it and there's no stain to be found. So I don't know if it was just like the lighting or what, but I loved this so much. I was just kind of debating about the skirt for a long time, and ultimately I decided it was like a little too close to my skin tone, and I kind of went back and forth about like, okay, do I like this skirt just because it sort of fits and it like feels nice, or do I like it because I genuinely like it and want to take it home? You know, at this point I was just like so excited to find things that fit. Does that make sense? So anyways, I decided to pass on the skirt, but I did purchase the shirt. And then for the last item, this was just sort of like a random one that I knew I was gonna get no matter what, and it was this really cute Mickey Mouse crew neck. It was only 12 pounds and it came in a size 2XL. I like all of my crew necks to be more oversized, and this was perfect. It was like ever so slightly cropped. It was more boxy. I loved the sleeves. I just loved the heathered gray color. This is like my ideal Disneyland sweatshirt, and I did take this home with me, spoiler alert, and then I just kind of browsed around the store for a little bit longer, and that was my Primark experience.
Alright, just left Primark. I did actually grab a couple of things, so make sure you're subscribed to my vlog channel if you want to check that out. It definitely wasn't like the best experience I've ever had, but I think it was better than last time I was here, and honestly I do think that the sizing is fairly accurate, although I would argue that instead of the UK sizes being 2 sizes larger than US sizes, that it's actually more like 1, but I really enjoyed myself. I had a great time. It was quick and easy and painless. I would say as far as like availability in my size at this store, it was comparable to the US, so there were a lot of different items that I really wanted to try on that wasn't available in my size in the store, and I obviously don't have the option to purchase it online because I don't live here in time for it to ship to me, but I did manage to pick up like 4 or 5 different items, so pretty pleased with that. I would overall give it like an 8 out of 10. Maybe the next time I come to the UK I'll do another one of these. If you have any suggestions or any ways to get Primark in the US, definitely let me know in the comments below. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to thumbs up. You can also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can turn on my post notifications if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. I'm sending you all of my love, and I will hopefully see you very soon in my next video, but in the States this time. Bye!